Hello, my name is Laura. I am the owner of You Are Loved Templates. I create templates for productivity and overall lifestyle, and today I'll be showing you how to use the 12-week planner. The purpose of this planner is to break down your annual goals into 4 separate 12-week quarters. A 12-week period provides the structure for clearer, more well-defined goals, which in my opinion, it gives you more likelihood to actually achieve your annual goals. So let's get into it. You'll first be greeted with this goal setting tab. You can fill in your vision statement for the entirety of the year and fill in up to 20 annual goals that you want to achieve within that 12-month period. Over here, it just highlights what month you're in automatically. I thought that was a cute touch. So you'll see the quarters broken down into different colors. So red for first quarter, orange, yellow, and then green for the fourth quarter. So I'm just going to fill in these annual goals as an example so you can better understand how to fill in this template. Okay, I just filled in those goals for the entire 12-month period, and now we're going to break down the annual goals into specific measurable objectives for each 12-week period. So I'm just going to take those annual goals and split them up into quarters, but you can do this any way you want. Okay, and now that I filled those in, I'm going to select a start date that I want everything to start on. I'm just going to keep it as January 1st to keep it simple, but you can select any date that you like, and they all will adjust, each being a 12-week period. And that's it for the goal setting page. You don't need to do any more editing unless you want to go back and change your annual or quarterly goals. Okay, let's go over to the quarter one goal planning tab. I'm just going to show you one quarter example because the other 3 quarters are the exact same template, just a different color scheme. As you can see, the goals transferred over for each quarter. Up here is your timeline for the quarter, January 1st to March 25th. And it also gives you a countdown, so 2 weeks and 5 days until the end of this quarter. I've got a little calendar here so you know what day it is. And here's where you can write your mantra for quarter one. So maybe my mantra is, my strength is greater than any obstacle. It could be something you found in a book, it could be something repeating in your head, it could be whatever you want. Goal statements to me are I will statements, and it's just basically putting the goal into more specific terms. So, for example, read 12 books. The goal statement could be I will read one new book each month, focusing on nonfiction to broaden my knowledge and perspective. I'll just fill in the rest so you can get an idea of what a goal statement is. Now we're going to go into our 12-week action plan. This is where you can break down your goals into actionable tasks for the day or the week or maybe just one time. So let's say, for example, I want to work on the goal, read 12 books. So what would that mean? It means I would have to read a book weekly. If I want to get 12 books in a 12-week period, I have to read a book a week. So then I can say weeks 1 through 12. The start date could be the very beginning, and the due date can be the last day of the quarter, and it'll give you a little countdown here until you put in a date in which you actually completed the goal. For this, it'll probably be on March 25th, but yeah, I'll show you a different example later. This I actually haven't completed yet. I got to do that, but it'll be a progress bar with a percentage. You progress towards that goal, basically. Okay, so next for read 12 books, how can you break that down even more? Well, I could read for, I'll just say like 30 minutes. I don't actually know, but, and then it could be daily. Start date could be January 1st. I think you're getting the idea here. So in order to achieve this goal, if I read for 30 minutes a day and I read a book a week, I'll definitely achieve that goal. So now I'll just move on to start daily journaling. An obvious one could be to journal daily. I'll just copy and paste that. But maybe a more immediate thing is to buy a journal. And one time, when do I want to do this? I'll do this in week 1. So I could do start date of the 1st and then the 8th. And since this is just an example timeline, obviously 58 days ago was January 8th. So what I assume you would do in this instance is, let's say you bought the journal on January 4th. That's when you completed the task or the goal. And then this will disappear because no one wants to see that negative number. So I think you're getting the idea here. I'll just fill in the rest real quick and then you can read through and maybe get an idea of how this all works. And there we have it. So I made some daily tasks. Sit down and make a morning routine to establish a morning routine. Just want to do it one time. And then I could put a completion date here. So that's that. I think that's everything. Now let's go over to quarter 1 daily habit tracker. Now since you put things as daily on this list, they will now appear in your habit tracker. So here is where your habits will show. This is the first month, the second, and the third month with the timelines in between. So obviously on January 1st, you could check all of these off and it'll give you a percentage for the day and also an overall percentage for the entire month. So let's say we do 100%, then it'll turn to 100%, obviously. It'll stay yellow until it gets over 60%, then it'll turn green, because I feel like that's a fair percentage, more than half. Also, over here, it'll count how many habits you checked off. At the end of the quarter, your habit tracker could look like this, and 123 on this first one, a lot better, 10 more on this one, and then 2 less on this one. So I think that's just interesting to compare them. Yeah, that's it for the habit tracker. Let's go to quarter 1 weekly overview. So whatever you put on the goal planning sheet, if you do it weekly, then it'll pop up over here. Or if you said something specific like, I want to buy a journal week 1, it will appear under week 1. So it'll tell you the total number, how many you still have to do, and how many you've completed. You can also put a priority level, so they change color to whatever you set it to. As you complete them, you can just check them off. The color will go away and it'll be striked through. And so I reached 100% here. The cute little progress bar went to 100%. And then as the weeks go on, you can just continue. Please note that these are automatic. I'll put a protectant on these ranges, so it'll give you an error if you try to edit this area. But if you want anything to populate here, you'd have to add it to the goal planning list over here. There is also a statistic page that you can check out maybe at the end of everything when you've completed the 12-month period. So it shows you month 1, the percentage of completion for each habit, and then also quarterly progress. So for the entire quarter, I read for 30 minutes 77% of the time. And then down here, these are your weekly stats. And so since I checked off every single one on week 1, it's 100%. So that's all that is. And then you can compare them to the other weeks and it'll give you obviously a progress bar. So I thought that'd be interesting to have. It's not completely necessary, but I thought it was cool. I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, you can email me at templatesYouAreLoved@gmail.com. And I'd be happy to answer any questions, or if you have any feedback about things that should be added, like certain features, I'd love to do that too. Okay, bye.